What's up, guys? Steve here with Seoul Lifts. Back in the gym, going to do some deadlifts, so I'm speeding the video up for speed to show the stretching. It's really important to get some good stretching done, especially if you're going to do some deadlifts, and if you're like me, you've got some flexibility issues that kind of limit your range of motion. And if that's the case for you, you want to make sure that you got some good stretches. I'm going to push my legs in towards the wall there. Obviously alternate leg stretches, bending down, touching the toes, pushing down the knees, some standard leg stretches. This one's really important. You're going to make sure in this stretch that both of your shoulders are touching the ground as you pull the leg over to the opposite side of the body. First one leg, and then you can do it with two legs as well. Gives a nice stretch through the lower lumbar area. Do some rocking back and forth. You shouldn't feel any clunkiness in there. And then some alternate stretches through the lower lumbar area there. Doing some side bends, old school side bends, still a good exercise. And some rotational movement through the hips. Bending down and touching the toes at various widths of legs, or with the legs out at various widths, and then bending down, alternating, touching each toe on the alternate foot. Good stretches. Now, a lot of people don't have foam rollers. I don't, so I use a medicine ball, little 2-kilo medicine ball, and just basically do some foam rolling style exercises, but with the ball against the mirror or against a wall, and just use your body weight to push the ball in, and you can get some good foam rolling style movements through there. Moving over to deadlifts. Starting out with some warm-up sets, just as usual, starting out with some 60-kilogram warm-up sets and just trying to find the right balance for me before moving into some heavier sets. Of course, I'm doing reverse pyramid training with this, so I'm usually doing a few warm-up sets before I hit what I would call my working sets, which in this case is going to start at 170. I missed recording a set at 120. So going right into the 170 for 3. I did do a set at 120 for 3 before this. And yeah, this 170 set's not too bad, although the back looks to be rounded a little bit more than it actually is. And the 190 was a slow 190, but not a terrible lift at 190. Did a single rep at 150. And after the heavier sets, just wanted to back off a little bit, so I dropped the weight down and did my final set at 120 for 10, and I tried to do it nice and slow. Once I did that, I moved over and I did some clean, some power clean style. Now, the weight was only 50 kilos, so it wasn't too heavy, not quite heavy enough to execute a full power clean. I find that the power clean is really hard on the elbows. I noticed this when I front squat as well. I can't get the elbows extended out without some decent pain through the elbows and wrist area. I've got some tendonitis in the elbows, so this has always been an aggravating move. So I do it at lightweight and only as a deadlift assist movement. Although, if I can work on some flexibility and get the tendonitis down, I can, go back to doing these at a little bit of heavier weight. But I haven't done them at anything substantial in terms of weight for a while. So not a true power clean, but the movement there should be enough to help train the assisted deadlift. Got one more angle of it here. I only did 2 sets of this. It was uncomfortable through the wrists, and an indicator that I need to work on flexibility as well as form at the top of the clean in the future. Once I finished that, I moved over to the power rack. I wanted to do some rack deadlifts, but what I did was set the bar, the catch bars here, are 1 notch too high. And I had already loaded up all the plates by the time I started the exercise, so I'm not quite sure what to call this. This is kind of more of a shrug than it is a rack deadlift. I'm about, I'd say, 3 inches off of where I want to be. If you can see the pin in the background there, I want to be 1 pin lower for this rack deadlift assist movement. but once everything was already loaded on there and the gym was 15 minutes to closing time, I didn't want to take all the plates off and start all over again. So I just went forward and did it like this. So I'm going to call it a rack deadlift or possibly a shrug. Not really sure quite how to log this. So I'll put a little question mark beside it, and you can let me know. But I was trying to train the top portion, the lockout portion of the deadlift, as well as the trap, specifically with the shrug motion at the top of it. And that's all I did today. So it felt pretty good for a deadlift day. My back still feels like it could handle a bit more. We'll see how it feels tomorrow. I'm going to, as usual, put the workout details up. And if you like the video, if you have any comments, please leave the comments in the section below. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel, favorite the video if you like it, and until next time, keep growing.